Right now, thousands of drivers are losing visibility on the road because of something that seems harmless. Condensation on the inside of the windshield is more than an annoyance on cold or rainy mornings. The hidden truth is far more serious. Fogged windows can cut your sight in seconds and create a dangerous blind spot directly in front of your vehicle. Many accidents happen in those exact moments when drivers struggle to clear their glass. What makes this worse is that most drivers try to fix the problem the wrong way. They wipe the glass with their sleeve or they blast the heater at random. But Japanese drivers follow a simple method that stops window fog instantly and keeps the windshield clear before the problem even starts. Most drivers do not realize that fogged windows are not actually a weather problem. They are a moisture problem. Inside every car, there is always a certain amount of water vapor in the air. It comes from wet shoes, rain-soaked jackets, snow on floor mats, and even your own breath, which adds moisture to the cabin. When the warm, humid air inside the vehicle touches the cold glass surface of the windshield, something important happens. The moisture condenses into tiny droplets. These droplets scatter light and create the cloudy white fog that suddenly blocks your vision. From the driver's seat, it feels like the glass becomes opaque within seconds. Many drivers react by wiping the windshield with their hand or a cloth, but this usually makes the situation worse. When you wipe the glass, you spread oils and residues across the surface. These microscopic films actually help condensation stick to the glass more easily. This is one reason fogging returns again and again. Japanese drivers approach the problem differently. They follow what some mechanics refer to as the dry air rule. Instead of fighting the fog after it appears, they control the environment inside the vehicle before condensation can form. The Japanese method is simple and extremely effective. The moment you enter the car and start the engine, you activate AIR flow across the windshield immediately. Do not wait for fog to appear. Airflow must begin before condensation forms. Japanese drivers direct the ventilation system toward the windshield as soon as the vehicle starts. This does two important things. First, it moves air across the glass surface. Moving air prevents moisture from settling and forming droplets. Second, it begins removing humid air from inside the cabin. But the real secret involves something many drivers overlook: air conditioning, even in cold weather. This surprises many people because air conditioning is often associated with cooling the car during summer. But in reality, the air conditioning system has another function that is even more important. It removes moisture from the air. When the air conditioner operates, it pulls humid air across the evaporator core. Moisture condenses on that surface and drains away outside the vehicle. The air that returns into the cabin becomes much drier. Dry air cannot easily form condensation. Japanese drivers understand this principle very well. On rainy or cold days, many of them activate the air conditioning system while directing airflow toward the windshield. The heater warms the air while the air conditioning system dries it. Warm, dry air spreads across the glass and removes condensation almost instantly. Within seconds, the windshield clears. This method works because condensation cannot exist when the air touching the glass is dry. It is not magic. It is simply physics. Please subscribe to our channel. We want to reach 1,000 subscribers this week. Now let us look deeper into why the Japanese approach works so consistently. In many countries, drivers react to fogged windows only after visibility becomes a problem. They increase the heater, they wipe the glass, they adjust controls randomly. But Japanese drivers focus on preventing moisture buildup inside the vehicle in the first place. This is part of a broader maintenance philosophy connected to Monozukuri and Kaizen. Instead of fixing problems after they appear, the goal is to prevent the conditions that cause the problem. One of the biggest hidden sources of moisture inside vehicles is the floor area. Rainwater carried on shoes slowly evaporates into the cabin. Clothing soaked with rain adds even more humidity. Fabric floor mats absorb this water and hold it for hours or even days. As the vehicle warms during driving, the trapped water evaporates into the cabin air. Eventually, it reaches the windshield. Japanese drivers often prefer rubber floor mats because they do not trap moisture. Water remains on the surface and can evaporate quickly or be removed easily. This simple change reduces the humidity inside the cabin significantly. Another Japanese habit involves ventilation before driving. If the car has been parked overnight in damp weather, some drivers briefly open the doors or windows before starting the journey. This lets trapped humid air escape, and fresh outside air replaces it. When the engine starts, the ventilation system begins circulating much drier air through the vehicle. Condensation becomes far less likely. Clean glass is another critical factor that many drivers overlook. Even a thin layer of residue on the inside of the windshield makes fogging worse. These residues come from plastic vapors released by dashboard materials, fingerprints, and cleaning products. Japanese mechanics often recommend regularly cleaning the interior glass with a proper glass cleaner and a microfiber cloth. A clean surface reduces the ability of water droplets to cling to the glass. Condensation forms less easily and clears faster when AIR flow begins. Some Japanese drivers also use small moisture absorbers inside their vehicles. These small containers contain silica materials that slowly capture humidity from the air. They are often placed under seats or inside door pockets. Over time, they help maintain a drier interior environment. Again, the philosophy is simple: control the environment, prevent moisture accumulation, allow airflow to stabilize the cabin. When these habits are combined, the windshield remains clear even in challenging weather. This approach reflects something deeper about Japanese automotive culture. Longevity and reliability are not only about engines and mechanical systems, they are about creating stable operating conditions for the entire vehicle. Drivers participate in the process. They understand how small habits influence performance and safety. Fog-free windows may seem like a small detail, but clear visibility is one of the most important safety factors while driving. A driver who can see clearly reacts faster. They maintain better awareness of the road. They avoid sudden surprises caused by hidden hazards. So the next time you enter your car on a cold or rainy morning, remember the Japanese rule that stops window fog instantly. Start airflow immediately. Direct ventilation toward the windshield. Use the air conditioning system to remove moisture from the cabin air. Allow warm, dry air to stabilize the glass. This simple habit takes only seconds, but it can transform your driving experience and keep your windshield crystal clear even in difficult weather. And just like many Japanese automotive secrets, the solution is not complicated. It is simply about understanding the system and using it correctly. Please subscribe to our channel. We want to hit 1,000 subscribers this week.